Action.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back. This is the Treasures of Life show, the home of energy. By the way, you need to re-energize. Watch all the past videos, all the past movies. Oh, okay. Japhet Wetsonga.
Yeah.
Do we do movies? Yeah.
Movies are some kind of action,
That's
built
okay.
around a story and then performed by actors.
Perfect. Our sign language interpreter is Anwai Rimu. We are talking about the power of disruptive thinking. You know, I was just thinking about, even as you're talking about the power of disruptive thinking,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the energy that can be released into your soul now that we are talking about emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when we go into issues of depression, you know, when we go into issues of mental health and we encounter despair, you know, I'm looking at some of those things.
Yes, John.
Does disruptive energy have a way? I mean, is this why we need it? Is this why we need Can disruptive thinking solve the problems we have?
Yeah, Jonah, you've just reminded me one Brianna West, a very good writer.
Okay.
You could Google and find out what she writes about. She has a book called The Mountain Is You. Okay.
Right.
The Mountain Is You talks about transforming self-sabotage into self-mastery.
Oh, transforming self-sabotage into self-mastery. Okay.
Yes, and so you've asked whether disruptive thinking can cure some of these challenges like depression and so on. You see, before you become a disruptor,
Right.
you have first of all to be able to get over yourself. Okay? You see, it is easy. I can say, today I can say, maybe Jonah is not a good person. He's not my friend. I don't want to keep him as a friend. I can cut him off. Okay?
Yeah.
What about myself? You see, I wake up with myself every day. Okay?
Yeah.
So
I like that. Yes.
So while I can cut off Jonah and say he's a bad friend, cut off those bad friendships, very few people teach us how to cut off my bad self.
Right.
Okay? Because I am with myself every day. And so, yes, for you to become a disruptor, first of all, you've got to look into yourself and find out certain experiences, certain places you've been, the history that you've been through, maybe moments of abuse that you've been through, that you need to confront and then address. And then you move to the new you. Okay? That's why we said when you are a disruptive thinker, you become the new you. And so you've got to part with certain aspects of the old you, however nostalgic they might be. Okay? Because some of those past experiences that we have gone through might be very nostalgic. We value them. When we think about the old days, we want to glorify them. Okay? But for us to become disruptors, we have first of all to confront the old self and then be willing to change so that I am now the new me. Now, once I become the new me, then I now think differently. And then now I can be able to address the external challenges. So, Jonah was saying all that to say, before I become a disruptor that disrupts the external environment, I must first of all disrupt the internal environment, my thinking.
But I'll not be liked. I'll not be liked.
Definitely, because people...
You know, I want to be liked. The moment I look strange.
Okay, if you want to be liked, then you'll be in uniform. Okay? You'll be like everybody else.
Okay.
But disruptors, they stick their neck out and are ready to take the head. Okay?
Yeah.
They are ready to take the challenges that come with the disruption. So yes, disruption can cure both internal as well as external challenges.
Now, is it possible for me to be loved with my strange thinking? Okay, Jesus Christ. I'm looking at Jesus.
Jesus is loved, not liked. Why? Because of what his disruptive thinking has done for people.
Nelson Mandela.
Just about Jesus, because I'm passionate about Jesus. Before I go to Mandela. You
Yes.
see, Jesus
Yes.
looked at the woman caught in adultery when everybody wanted to stone her. And because of the disruptive thinking, he told her, he said, let anybody who has never sinned be the first one to throw the first stone. Okay?
Yeah.
That is disruptive thinking. And everybody put down their stones and they went away. He challenged them and asked, where is the gentleman with whom she was caught in adultery? The man was nowhere. Where is the one who has never sinned to throw the first stone? Nobody threw the first stone. And then he told her, daughter, go and do not sin again. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, that prostitute or that woman caught in adultery loves Jesus. She does not like, but she loves, because he did for her something that the ordinary society was unable to do. That is what disruption does. When you become a disruptor, people now love you. When you come up with innovations that are able to save people's lives in hospitals, okay? People are dying, and then you out of your disruptive thinking, you came up with a solution. Then people will love you, okay? Because you have brought them something that has given them life and not death. And so, disruption. Why disruption? Disruptive thinking is necessary if we are to change. Because if we continue doing what we have been doing traditionally, we will continue getting the same results.
Right.
And so disruptive thinking is what brings about change. And when the change comes, it is some kind of evolution. Okay? We evolve from where we were in a lower level, we become a higher level.
No wonder they say adversity is the mother of all invention.
Exactly.
Because disruptive thinkers thrive when there is chaos.
Exactly.
Solution providers. Are they found in the debates? Is it wrong to be found in the debating? Because we can talk about climate change problems. I mean, what is the problem with that?
Talking about it and just remaining there at talking level, you have not become a disruptor. Okay? A disruptor takes action to address the problem and comes with a solution. That is now a disruptor. Disruptors, people who have brought us television, people who have brought us very wonderful phones, people in our... Right now, yesterday I watched a story on news about a school in Busia.
Okay.
It is an urban school, but then it's surrounded by communities that are in poverty, in the slums and all that. And these children, the girls, were missing school because of lack of sanitary towels.
Right.
Yes. And there is an organization that partnered with the teachers and they came up with ways. They started a club within the school that came up with ways of how to make sanitary pads using readily available material that could be affordable to the children from the slums. Now, that is disruptive thinking. So they have offered a solution. They have thought. So they did not take sides in the debate. It's easy to go, our politicians go on TV and are very good at highlighting the problems. But then a disruptor, after they have highlighted the problems, what is the solution?
Okay.
You don't take sides, but in the debate. But now you come up with a solution that is now addressing the issue.
Let me take you back to what you quoted from somebody about self-sabotage. Who was that? Self-sabotage, turning it into you're the mountain.
Oh, Brianna West, the writer.
No, there is another one. You said the mountain is you.
Yes, that's Brianna West. How the book is called The Mountain is You.
Okay.
The mountain in this case is the obstacles. What is preventing you from changing is you.
Okay.
What is preventing you from doing something great?
Now, won't it be chaotic if all of us became disruptive thinkers? I mean, some of us have to be cool.
To conform.
Imagine if everyone came up with their ideas, it will be chaos. So how do you balance? Because I remember when we were in school, we used to get into drama. the drama team. And by the way, your school used to give our school a lot of problems.
Competition,
Kabarak, Kakamega. Those years, we would meet in the finals and there would be issues. And there was one characteristic about drama, boys and girls. They always very disruptive. So so if everyone was like that, in fact, they used to say a certain characteristic of boys and girls would play football. A certain characteristics of boys and girls would be found in the choir team. Some would be found in this thing for science. What is it called?
Science Congress.
Science Congress. And the others would be found in the debate. And then there are those who are just bookworms. Never go out for anything.
But they could also be disruptive in the books.
Yes.
Because they brought A's and achieved what others had not achieved before.
And I remember these are people, it doesn't matter how hard or easy the maths exam is, they are always on 90 and above.
Yes. So rest easy, relax. God in his wisdom created diversity. Yes, God deliberately created diversity so that we can enrich each other in our diversity. Okay?
Right.
So that's why everybody can be a disruptor in his or her own industry, depending on the gift and the talent that God gave them. Okay? So there's no fear of even if everybody became a disruptor. I will be a disruptor in medicine. You become a disruptor in the arts. Another person becomes a disruptor in literature and in science and so on. So each of these disruptors are different, but they are enriching each other because they are adding to the quality of life in their own way. Are you saying that? So the angle from which you are being disruptive will vary from one person to the other.
So everyone can be disruptive. Not destructive.
Not destructive.
Everyone can be disruptive.
Everyone can be disruptive. And maybe to our viewers, you might think maybe this is a very high-level discussion. We are talking about Elon Musk and the electric cars. We are talking about Jesus Christ and how he engineered the social revolution that put him at loggerheads with the Pharisees and the Sadducees of the time. But maybe you are wondering, so how do I come in at my level where I live? How can I be a disruptor? And how can this help me? So maybe just to say that where you operate, there are challenges that either face us as individuals or as our community. And those challenges can be solved through disruptive thinking. And now...
so the bottom line of disruptive thinking is actually change.
Change and solutions to the challenges.
Change and solution to the challenges.
Yes. You become very creative, you become innovative. And Jonah, you cannot do it alone.
Okay.
Yes.
This, before we go into that level, this touches on every level, including family.
Yes.
You can change the behavior and the pattern in your family.
In fact, the family is one of the areas where we really need a lot of disruptive thinking. Jonah, come to think of it, this is a scenario where...
Don't try it at your job. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a scenario where...
You've heard of don't try this at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but you can try this at home. Become disruptive in the sense that two adults who have come through different diverse backgrounds, they meet and they say, let's do life together. Now, these are people whose way of thinking and approach to things might be very different based on the culture where they come from.
Yeah.
And so a disruptive thinker should be willing, first of all, to disrupt their own way of doing things, like I've said, to adapt to what matters to the partnerships that you are now creating, because marriage is like now it's a partnership.
Let's leave it there.
Yes.
Let's leave it there. Viewers, we are talking about the power of disruptive thinking. See you after the break.
Thank you.